Okay, students, let's try to work on a few practical programs. Um, so, first of all, we are going to start with a very simple program. And that is, if I ask you to write a C++ program that could add two numbers. Two numbers here, the two numbers can be real numbers or it can be any integer number. So, first of all, I'm going to write a comment so that it shows that what this program is used for. This program for adding two numbers or let's suppose we call it two float numbers or two real numbers. Okay, two real numbers. So uh, this is comment, and now let's try to include some of the files with the help of the preprocessor directive hash include. As I told you, hash include is actually preprocessor directives. These are the compiler directives that tells the compiler to add this file. This is header file iostream.h, and using namespace std, which is a container. So again, using directive, this is user directive because we are going to use this standard std standard namespace, and we're going to write the main function. And so according to the program here, we said that we are going to add two numbers, two real numbers. So if the numbers are real, what we are going to do is that we are going to declare the float variables. Okay, like float variable 1, or let's assume that first variable is what? First variable is a. The name of the first variable is a. As we have discussed in last class, that here the float is, this is basically the declaration of the variable. Fine. And we are going to declare another variable of type float, and that would be b. Similarly, we are going to declare another variable. So we have declared three different variables in different lines. Now let's assign a value to these variables. 5.5, this is the value, a real constant. Okay, and this will be stored in variable a. So basically what happens here is, this is called as the assignment statement, because here we have used assignment operator. So we take this value and we store this in variable a. After this, we're going to declare, we are going to assign a value to variable b. Now you can see I have assigned a value of, let's suppose, 6.5 or 25.5. So 25.5, it's basically a real constant. That's why we declare all the variables um, with float data type or with type float. Now let's use the formula here. You can also use spaces for readability. So these are basically some of the spaces that we use for the readability. Now we're going to use the formula a plus b, okay, and we're going to use cout. Basically, cout will print us anything we want on the display screen. So in this case, we would like to print or display the result on the screen after adding a with b. So now we know, let's try to print the answer here by writing uh, the addition of. Now if you want to print any variable, so for that you don't need to use the quotation. You can directly write the variable name like this, a. So it's going to print the value that is stored in variable a, and then we're going to use plus sign, and after this we're going to use again this less than sign, and we're going to print the value which is stored in this variable b, which is 25.5 on the screen. Remember this thing, that you don't need to enclose variables. If you want to print the value of any variable, you don't need to enclose them in double quotation. You directly write them like this. Okay, after this, a plus b, again we are going to use quotation. Okay, so a plus b equal c. Now let's try to see the result on the screen, or display the result on the screen. But for this, what we have to do, we have to save this program, and we call it addition. Okay, it is basically good programming practice that you should give a self-explanatory name to the program. In this case, it is basically addition, so we know that this program is going to add any numbers. That's why we're going to save this, and let's try to run this on the computer, and let's see what is the result. Now you can see this is the result. This is how we see the result. The addition of this is basically a message that we printed, and we enclose this in double quotation, the addition of 5.5. See, instead of A we got 5.5 because this is the value that we wanted to print, 5.5, and then we got plus. Here plus is also enclosed in double quotation in 25.5, which is the value of B, and that's equal to what? That's equal to 31. So this is how you are going to add a value, or this is how you are going to work with the different data types. For now, I hope that you have got the main idea. If you didn't get the idea, you can ask anytime your question. Thank you so much for watching the video.